I woke to find Zia poking my shoulder. Sadie, we've stopped. I instinctively reached for my wand. What? Where? Zia pushed aside the curtains of the sleeping berth and leaned over me from the front seat, unnervingly like a vulture. Amos and Carter are at the gas station. You need to be prepared to move. Why? I sat up and looked out the windshield, straight into a raging sandstorm. Oh. The sky was black, so it was impossible to tell if it was day or night. Through the gale of wind and sand, I could see we were parked in front of a lighted petrol station. We're in Phoenix, Zia said, but most of the city is shut down. People are evacuating. Time? 4:30 in the morning, Zia said. Magic isn't working very well. The closer we get to the mountain, the worse it is, and the truck's GPS system is down. Amos and Carter went inside to ask directions. That didn't sound promising. If two male magicians were desperate enough to stop and ask for directions, we were in dire straits. The truck's cab shook in the howling wind. After all we'd been through, I felt silly being scared of a storm, but I climbed over the seat so I could sit next to Zia and have some company. How long have they been in there? I said. Not long, Zia said. I wanted to talk to you before they come back. I raised an eyebrow. About Carter? Well, if you're wondering if he likes you, the way he stammers might be an indication. Zia frowned. No, I'm asking if I mind? Very considerate. I must say that at first I had my doubts, with you threatening to kill us and all, but I've decided you're not a bad sort, and Carter's mad about you, so it's not about Carter. I wrinkled my nose. Oops, could you just forget what I said then? It's about Set. God, I sighed, not this again. Still suspicious of Amos? You're blind not to see it, Zia said. Set loves deception and traps. It's his favorite way to kill. Part of me knew that she had a point. No doubt you'll think I was foolish not to listen. But have you ever sat by while someone talks badly about a member of your family, even if it's not your favorite relative? The natural reaction is to defend them. At least it was for me. Possibly because I didn't have much of a family to begin with. Look, Zia, I can't believe Amos would... Amos wouldn't, Zia agreed. But Set can bend the mind and control the body. I'm not a specialist on possession, but it was a very common problem in ancient times. Minor demons are difficult enough to dislodge. A major god... He's not possessed. He can't be. I winced. A sharp pain was burning in my palm, in the spot where I'd last held the feather of truth. But I wasn't telling a lie. I did believe Amos was innocent, didn't I? Zia studied my expression. You need Amos to be all right. He's your uncle. You've lost so many members of your family. I understand that. I wanted to snap back that she didn't understand anything, but her tone made me suspect that she had known grief, possibly even more than I. We've got no choice, I said. There's 3 hours till sunrise? Amos knows the best way into the mountain. Trap or no, we have to get there and try and stop Set. I could almost see the gears spinning in her head as she searched for some way, any way to convince me. All right, she said at last. I wanted to tell Carter something, but I never got the opportunity. Instead, I'll tell you. The last thing you need to stop Set. You couldn't possibly know his secret name. Zia held my gaze. Maybe it was a feather of truth, but I was certain she was not bluffing. She did have the name of Set, or at least she believed that she did. And honestly, I'd overheard bits of her conversation with Carter while I was in the back of the cab. I hadn't meant to eavesdrop, but it was hard not to. I looked at Zia and tried to believe she was hosting Nefertis, but it didn't make any sense. I'd spoken with Nefertis. She told me that she was far away in some sort of sleeping host, and Zia was right here in front of me. It will work, Zia insisted, but I can't do it. It must be you. Why not use it yourself? I demanded. 'Cause you spent all your magic? She waved away the question. Just promise me you'll use it now, on Amos, before we reach the mountain. It may be your only chance. And if you're wrong, and we waste our only chance we have, the book disappears once it's used, right? Grudgingly, Zia nodded. Once read, the book will dissolve and appear somewhere else in the world. But if you wait any longer, we're doomed. If Set lures you into his base of power, you'll never have the strength to confront him, Sadie. Please. Tell me his name, I said. I promise I'll use it at the right time. Now is the right time. I hesitated, hoping Isis would drop some words of wisdom, but the goddess was silent. I don't know if I would have relented. Perhaps things would have turned out differently if I'd agreed to Zia's plan. but before I could make that choice, the truck's doors opened, and Amos and Carter climbed in with a gust of sand. "We're close." Amos smiled as if there was good news. "Very, very close."